Good evening, everyone. The next award of the evening is the Transformational Leader of the Year in Business. She is clearly India's most powerful businesswoman and is credited with having given a complete makeover to the country's biggest bank. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request India's Telecom Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad to please come on stage to give this award. And no prizes clearly for guessing who this award goes to. Arundhati Bhattacharya, Chairperson of State Bank of India. Perceptions are very hard to change, but you've managed to do something that clearly no one has. A government bank, a public sector bank is one that has a perception of being very staid, one that is not customer friendly, one that is not technology driven. But you've changed all that in a matter of just a few years. Share with us what was your biggest challenge?
Well, actually speaking, perceptions are only perceptions. They're not reality. And the reality is that this is a bank that has withstood its challenges for 209 long years. And therefore, change is part of our DNA. And as a result of that, when we took a decision that we needed to go digital, and this is what India needed, because today the median age of India is only 26, I think we had the support of everybody across the bank. And that's why we've been able to achieve it.
You're being very, very modest, but it's clearly been your leadership. So another perception that one would associate with any public sector unit, whether it's in the banking space or any other sector, is that at the end of the day, it's the government that has control. It's the government calling the shots. But the way we've seen SBI especially emerge is that, yes, that independence is being given to PSUs to run in a very, very professional manner. Share with us why that is very, very important.
Because our government works differently. That's the first thing. The second is, I'm the Telecom Minister of India. BSNL was in red for the last 10 years. It has turned around in 1 year, 4 months. Right. We'll talk separately about it. The Postal Department is doing so well. I think the same people, if they are giving encouragement and a space to work, they deliver. And don't forget one thing. Regardless of everything, I quite appreciate the private sector. They have to work in the country. They are doing quite well. But ultimately, as for the public service is concerned, where SBI and other banks and PSUs play a greater role where the government intervention comes about, that we need to appreciate.
All right, that's an important point. Would you agree with that? And also the fact that we have Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad here, and technology has been one plank on which you worked a lot in trying to make the bank very tech-savvy, trying to make sure that you're up with the times. Our first award was also obviously given to many leaders in the so-called digital world, online world. Share with us why you believe that is really going to drive the country forward.
Well, in today's day and age, and especially if you look at India, India is characterized by the fact that we have a huge number of people. So if you look at the size of our population and also their ability, we are in a country where ticket sizes are very small, but the ticket numbers are very huge. And this is not something that can be addressed by anything other than technology. And therefore, the technology infrastructure is very, very important for us. And that is where I think Sir's ministry plays a very great part.
And I'd like you to ask him a question, because this is a very, very important moment, of course, and to have him here, why don't you ask him a question that you'd really want to know?
Feel free to ask any question to dispel this misconception that PSU people don't have that liberty. All right, go ahead.
Absolutely. Sir, of course, I think, first of all, let me ask you a question as a common person. And that is, given the kind of competition that we are going to see in telecom, where do you think call rates for voice calls are headed?
I feel India is a huge market.
Right, sir.
And this 1 billion plus telephony and IT, you know what is my take about India? Indians first observe technology, then they adopt it, then they enjoy it, and then they become enlightened. This is my very clear take as an IT and Communication Minister of India.
But the answer to her question.
And answer is, I see the market, people choice determining it.
Okay.
There will be a big platform for voice, for data and all things. And I think the emerging technology is going to find a way for it. And as far as the real success of technology is concerned, those who have just identified young people are fine embodiment of India's success in technology.
All right, we're still waiting for that answer, but thank you, ma'am, for asking a question on behalf of...
a loaded question to her, which I've already replied.
I did not ask.
May I ask one more?
Sure, ma'am, go ahead.
Sir, in some of the other countries, the way the spectrum is given or licenses are given is not through auction. What happens is that these countries, they do a beauty parade and find out which company is going to put how much money or do capital expenditure on setting up the entire network. That is, how much is going to be their spend on infrastructure. And the license fees are very low. And these countries, actually, when we have gone there, we have seen that their infrastructure is really, really good. We, on the other hand, have what is called auction, which means that the money initially comes into the government. When we have asked those countries, they say that we prefer that the revenue comes out of the kind of economic growth that will happen because the infrastructure will be great and because, you know, the spends will go up that way. And we get our revenues from that source. Do you think that would be one of the ways that could be a better way than mere auctioning?
Well, the reply is very simple. One model cannot be have universal application. In India, we have got a clear judgment from the Supreme Court that all the natural resources has to be shared and distributed through public auction. You just saw in the case of coal auction, we had the highest return ever we got. In the case of spectrum, when I became the minister, we got 110,000, the highest ever. I think we can find a way out of it. And there is one problem in that model.
Sir.
You don't have competition.
No, you have competition, sir, because people have to commit money.
Well,
that is the competition. People have to actually commit money, and the person who commits the highest of spend in infrastructure is the person who gets. So that is also an auction of a sort. But it is not auction where the money comes into the government straight away. It is money that goes into infra build. So it's an auction. It's a transparent, open auction.
My reply is this. This is one model. We have seen a lot of things which has gone in the past as far as natural resource allocation is concerned. Good governance is integral to that.
Absolutely, sir.
All
And I think that only comes through auction.
I fully
This
agree,
is
sir.
clearly a rare moment and in many ways goes to prove the independence of India's public sector units. Thank you so much, ma'am, for putting up this very, very interesting question. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, I'm going to request you to please stay on stage. Arundhati Bhattacharya, many, many thanks for being here and many congratulations. You in many ways also represent India's banking sector where so many banks are now being led by women. Thank you so much, ma'am.